Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kami di sini beranggotakan 3 orang akan menjelaskan modul 4 yang berjudul Intervillan Routing. Kemudian selanjutnya akan dibacakan oleh Hiban Aniversa.
Jadi di sini pembukaan modul. Modul ini sangat penting pastinya. Karena meskipun VLAN membantu mengatur dan membatasi komunikasi agar perangkat dalam satu jaringan, antar perangkat satu jaringan, ada kalanya host di satu VLAN perlu berkomunikasi dengan host di VLAN lain. Di- InterVLAN routing diperlukan yang menggunakan perangkat layer 3 seperti router atau switch layer 3. Modul ini menggabungkan pengetahuan tentang VLAN dan keterampilan di layer jaringan agar kita dapat mengimplementasikan komunikasi antar VLAN dengan efektif. Inter-VLAN routing adalah proses mengarahkan lalu lintas jaringan dari satu VLAN ke VLAN yang lainnya. Karena host di satu VLAN tidak bisa berkomunikasi dengan host di VLAN lain tanpa bantuan perangkat layer 3. Inter-VLAN routing adalah salah satu yang menjadi solusi dari masalah tersebut. Selanjutnya, ada 3 opsi interVLAN routing. Yang pertama ada legacy interVLAN routing. Ini adalah solusi yang lama yang tidak bisa diandalkan untuk jaringan yang besar. Jadi ini hanya mencakup jaringan-jaringan yang di sekitar saja atau yang kecil. Yang kedua ada router on a stick. Solusi yang cocok untuk jaringan kecil hingga menengah yang dapat mencakup setengah dari besarnya VLAN, jangkauan VLAN. Yang ketiga ada virtual interface. Ini adalah solusi yang paling direkomendasikan atau paling scalable untuk organisasi menengah hingga besar yang dapat mencakup besarnya jangkauan VLAN. Selanjutnya akan dibacakan oleh Abiu.
Oke, halaman selanjutnya akan dibacakan oleh saya. 4.1.1 What is intervillan routing? VLAN are used to segment switch layer 2 networks for a variety reason. Regardless of the reason, hosts in one VLAN cannot communicate with hosts in another VLAN unless there is a router or a layer 3 switch to provide routing service. Inter-VLAN routing is the process forwarding network traffic from one VLAN to another VLAN. There are 3 inter-VLAN routing options. One legacy inter-VLAN routing, and next router on a stick. Layer 3 with using switch virtual interface. Next. 4.1.2 Legacy interVLAN routing. The first interVLAN routing solution relied on using a router with multiple Ethernet interface. Each router interface was connected to a switch port in different VLAN. The router interface serves as the default gateway to the local host on the VLAN subnet. For example, refer to the topology where router 1 has to interface connect to switch 1. Next, then when PC1 send a packet to PC2 on another network, it forwards it to its default gateway, receives the packet on its G000 interface, and expands the destination address of packet. Router 1 then routes the packet out its G001 interface to fast Ethernet 012 port in VLAN 20 on switch 1. Finally, switch 1 forwards the frame to PC2. Legacy interVLAN routing using physical interface works, but it has a significant limitation. It is not reasonably scalable because routers have a limit number of physical interface. Requiring one physical router interface and quickly exhausts the physical interface capacity of a router. In your example, router 1 required to separate Ethernet interface and VLAN 20. What if there were 6 or more VLANs to incorrect? A separate interface would be required for each VLAN. Actually, this solution is not scalable. Next. 4.1.3 Router on a stick interVLAN routing. The router on a stick interVLAN routing method overcomes the limitation of the legacy interVLAN routing method. It only requires one physical Ethernet interface to route traffic between multiple VLANs on the network. A Cisco iOS router Ethernet interface is configured as an to other two switches. Basically, the router interface is configured using subnet interface router VLAN. The configured subnets are software-based virtual interface. It's associated with a single physical Ethernet interface. Sub-interfaces are configured in software on a router. Its subnet is independently configured with an IP address and VLAN segment. Sub-interfaces are configured for different subnets that correspond to their VLAN segment to facilitate logging routine. Next, 4.1.4 interVLAN routing on a layer 3 switch. The modern method or perform interVLAN routing is to use layer 3 switch and switch virtual interface SVI. And SVI is virtual interface that configure on the layer 3 switch as shown in the figure. Note a layer 3 switch is also called a multi-layer switch as it operates. InterVLAN SVI are created the same way that the management VLAN interface is configured. The SVI is created for a VLAN that exists on the switch. To log virtual, the SVI perform the same function for the VLAN as a router interface would. Especially, it provides layer 3 processing for packets that are sent to or from our switch for associated with that LAN. The following are effects of using layer 3 switch for interference routing. Next, 4.2.1 router on a stick scenario. In the previous topic, there are different ways to create interVLAN routing where list and legacy interVLAN routing was detailed. This topic details how to configure router on a stick interVLAN routing. You can see in the figure that the router is not in the center of the topology but instead appears to be on a stick near the border, hence the name. In the figure, the router 1 gigabit Ethernet 001 interface is connected to the S1 fast Ethernet 05 port. The switch 1 fast Ethernet 01 port is connect the switch 2 fast Ethernet 01 port. These are strong links that are required to forward traffic within and between VLAN. Next, 4.2.2 switch VLAN and trunking configuration. Complete the following step to configure switch LAN with VLANs and trunking. In the step 1, create and name the VLAN. Step 2, create the management interface. Step 3, configure access ports. Step 4, configure trunking ports. Next, 4.2.3 switch to VLAN and trunking configuration. Yeah, this is a picture the configure for S switch 2 is similar to switch 1. Next, 4.1.4 router 1 sub-interface configuration. The router on a stick method requires you to create a sub-interface for each VLAN to be root. A sub-interface is created using the interface ID, sub-interface ID global configuration mode command. The sub-interface syntax is the physical interface followed by a period and a sub-interface number. Although not required, it is customary to match the sub-interface number, the VLAN number. Each sub-interface in the configure with the following two command and calculation the and IP address. Repeat to the process for each VLAN to be root. Each router sub-interface must be set an IP address on a unique subnet for routing to occur. When all sub-interfaces have been created, enable the physical interface using to no shutdown interface configuration command. If the physical interface is disabled, our sub-interface are disabled. Next, 4.2.5 verifying connectivity between PC1 and PC2. The router on a stick configuration is complete after the switch trunk and the router sub-interface have been configured. The configuration can be verified from the picture. Next, 4.6 4.2.6 router on a stick interface VLAN routing verification. In addition to using ping between devices, the following show command can be used to verify and troubleshoot the router on a stick configuration. Show IP root, show IP interface brief, show interface of interface trunk. Next, the next verify that sub interface are appearing in the routing table router 1 by using the show IP root command. Notice that there are three connected routes and their respective exit interface for each routable VLAN. The output confirms that the correct subnet VLAN and subinterface are active. The next uh, Northern usual routing command show IP interface brief as shown in the output. The output confirms that the subinterface have correct IPv4 address configured and that they are operational. Subinterface can be verified using the show interface, sub-interface ID command are shown. The next is reading on Irfan Syah Utama.
4.3.1 Layer 3 switch interVLAN routing. Modern enterprise network rarely use router on a stick because it does not scale easily to meet requirement. In this very large network administrator use layer 3 switch to configure interVLAN routing. InterVLAN routing using the router on a stick method is simple to implement for a small to medium-sized organization. However, a large enterprise require a faster, much more scalable method to provide interVLAN routing. Enterprise campus LAN use layer 3 switch to provide interVLAN routing. Layer 3 switch use hardware-based switching to achieve higher packet processing rate than router. Layer 3 switches are also commonly implemented in enterprise distribution layer wiring closet. Capability of a layer 3 switch include the ability to do the following. The first one is routing from one VLAN to another using multiple switch virtual interface. Convert a layer 2 switch port to a layer 3 interface. Next, 4.3.2 layer 3 switch scenario. In the figure, the layer 3 switch D1 is connected to two hosts on a different VLAN. PC1 is in VLAN 10 and PC2 is in VLAN 20. As shown, the layer 3 switch will provide inter-VLAN routing service to the two hosts. Next. For 3.3 layer 3 switch configuration. Complete the following step to configure S1 with VLAN and trunking. Step 1, create the VLAN. Step 2, create the SVI VLAN interface. Step 3, configure access port. Step 4, enable IP routing. Next. 1. Create the VLAN. Create the VLAN. First, create the two VLAN as shown in the output. 2. Create the SVI VLAN interface. Configure the SVI for VLAN 10 and 20. The IP address that are configured would serve as the default gateway to the host in the respective VLAN. Notice the informational message showing the line protocol on both SVI change to up. Configure access port. Next, configure the access port connecting to the host and assign them to their respective VLAN. Enable IP routing. Finally, enable IPv4 routing with the IP routing global configuration command to allow traffic to be exchanged between VLAN 10 and 20. This command must be configured to enable inter-VLAN routing on a layer 3 switch for IPv4. Next. 4.3.4 Layer 3 switch inter-VLAN routing verification. Inter-VLAN routing using a layer 3 switch is simpler to configure than the router on a stick method. After the configuration is complete, the configuration can be verified by testing connectivity between the hosts. From a host, verify connectivity to a host in another VLAN using the ping command. It is a good idea to first verify the current host IP configuration using the ipconfig Windows host command. The output confirm the IPv4 address and default gateway of PC1. 4.3.5 Routing on a layer 3 switch. If VLAN are to be reachable by other layer 3 device, then they must be advertised using static or dynamic routing. To enable routing on a layer 3 switch, a routed port must be configured. A router port is created on a layer 3 switch by disabling the switch port feature on a layer 2 port that is connected to another layer 3 device. Specifically, configuring the no switch port interface configuration command on a layer 2 port convert it into a layer 3 interface. Interface can be configured with an IPv4 configuration to connect to a router or another layer 3 switch. 4.3.6 Routing scenario on a layer 3 switch. In the future, the previously configured D1 layer 3 switch is now connected to R1. R1 and D1 are both in an open source path first. Routing protocol domain. Assume interVLAN has been successfully implemented on D1. The Giga Ethernet 0/0/1 interface of R1 has also been configured and enabled. Additionally, R1 is using OSPF to advertise its to network 10.10.10.0/24 and 10.20.20.0/24. 4.3.7 Routing configuration on a layer 3 switch. Complete the following step to configure D1 to root with R1. Step 1, configure the routed port. Step 2, enable routing. Step 3, configure routing. Step 4, verify routing. And step 5, verify connectivity. Matiin dulu.
Ya. 4.4
4.4 troubleshoot interVLAN routing. Four point one common interface VLAN issue. By now, you know that when you configure and verify, you must also be able to troubleshoot. The topic discusses some common network problem associated with interVLAN routing. There are a number of reasons why an interVLAN configuration may not work. Are related to connectivity issues. First, check the physical layer to resolve any issues where a cable might be connected to the wrong port. If the connections are correct, then use the list in the table for other common reasons why interVLAN connectivity may fail. 4.4.2 Troubleshoot interVLAN routing scenario. Example of some this interVLAN routing problem will now be covered in more detail. Topology will be used for all of these issues. 4.4.3 Missing VLAN. An interVLAN connectivity issue be caused by a missing VLAN. The VLAN could be missing if was not created. It was accidentally deleted or it is not allowed on the trunk link. Notice VLAN 10 is now missing from the output. Also notice that fast Ethernet 0/6 has not been reassigned to the default VLAN. The reason is because When you delete a VLAN, any port assigned to VLAN become inactive. They remain associated with the VLAN until you assign them to new VLAN or recreate the missing VLAN. Four point four point four switch trunk port issue. Another issue for inter-VLAN routing include misconfigured switch port in a legacy inter-VLAN solution. This code because when the connecting router is not assigned to the correct VLAN. However, with a router on a stick solution, the most common cause is a misconfigured trunk port. 4.4.5 switch access port issue. When a problem is suspected with a switch access port configuration, use verification command to examine the configuration and identify the problem. Assume PC1 has the correct IPv4 address and default gateway but is not able to ping its own default gateway. PC1 is supposed to be connected to a VLAN 10 port. 4.4.6 router configuration issue. Router on a stick configuration problem are usually related to sub-interface misconfiguration. For example, an incorrect IP address was configured or the wrong VLAN ID was assigned to the sub-interface.
Okay, that's all the presentation from us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.